Okay, good evening everybody, and welcome back to Press Play. I'm your host, JJ48, and tonight we are going to be continuing with Knights of the Old Republic. We are here outside of the, what is this, the Matelli home on Dantooine. Last time we had made it through most of the Jedi trials. Actually, we kind of made it through all of them. I think we were told that the removing the dark taint from the meditation grove was going to be our final trial, and we did that. We just haven't reported back. So I guess technically we're Jedi, just not officially yet. Um, let's see, where was... Oh, maybe we don't have a mission for it, but we were told that there was some kind of issue going on at the Matelli house, so we're going to go check it out, and we'll see where that leads us. Okay, that is not the way in. I guess it kind of makes sense that the guard droid would be guarding the main entrance and not some locked side entrance. Or, I guess, if it is a side entrance, it could be a storage shed for all we know. Okay, let's talk to the droid.
This is private property. By what authority are you trespassing on this estate?
Okay, I'm sorry, I'll be going now, or my weapons are my authority. That seems unnecessarily antagonistic. I thought we were told to come talk to this guy, but I guess we haven't been yet, so I'll be going now.
Leave immediately. Only those on official family business are permitted within the estate.
Okay, we'll come back when we have official family business, I guess. Where am I even going? I think I want to go south of here. That's kind of where we had been going before we decided to head back up to the estate. Okay, this was the way to the grove. Was there anything else in the grove besides just the grove? Yeah, the ancient grove was over there. Then we went back up north to the Matelli estate. Okay, so we'll head down south and see where that leads us. The minimap makes this look quite big, but it's actually kind of small. These particular maps. Okay, where are we now? These are the Sandral grounds. Okay, I think we heard that the Sandral and the Matalis aren't really getting along. So, okay, maybe it was the Sandrals we were supposed to speak to first. We'll go speak to their droid and see if he'll say anything different. He looks a bit less militant than the other one. That's a kind of a welcoming sign.
This is private property. By what authority are you trespassing on this estate?
Okay, we can still just apologize or declare our weapons are... We can't even claim to be, like, I'm from the Jedi Enclave or anything like that. That's interesting.
My orders are clear. Please leave immediately. Only those on official family business are permitted on the family's land.
Okay, so that's two estates that don't want to talk to us. Now, from a video game standpoint, that's a little bit disappointing. Though interestingly enough, that's actually probably more realistic to real life, that if you just walk up to people's houses, you're going to encounter them saying, yeah, I don't want to talk to you, go away. Very few people are welcoming to you just barging in and opening all their lockers and taking all their stuff. Okay, there's Cath Hound. Mission, you're armed with a blaster. I'm armed with a lightsaber, and didn't do any fancy force jumping or anything, just ran over. And I still got a good couple sways in before you even fired once. Okay. Great, and now Zalbar's dead. Go on mission. These are just my grenades. Against myself. Nope. Not if he kills me first. Okay. Mission, you're just letting everybody die. And probably yourself. Yep. Okay, well that didn't go well. Now we know save before we head over to that part. Oh, this is... Okay, this is actually before I headed off to make before I healed everybody up. Just like on Terrace fast traveling to our hideout and back, you know, healed everybody up. Here it's same idea, except now we're just fast traveling to the ship. And that'll pretty much be the case on any planet we visit. Our ship is the save point, other than if we're, like, you know, there's some places where we can't fast travel back because we're deep inside enemy territory and wouldn't really make sense to allow us to fast travel back and forth, but apart from that, it's... Also finding it interesting, the background there, showing just kind of the fields and plains and thing. Or possibly water, I don't know. But it's, you know, this is an old game, and they've clearly, you know, put a lot of work on, like, the character models and things, upgrading them a little bit without making it, you know, an entirely new game. And yet, even when we see, like, the lower, I don't know if we'd call it low res or what, but when we see the distant backgrounds there, it doesn't really look out of place. It doesn't look too much. It's not jarring to see that in the distance with these characters. Wait a second, what happened? Did I load? I loaded instead of saving, didn't I? That was a little confusing. Thought I was saving the game and went back in time. So, new goal for tonight is to see something besides these two estates and our ship. I guess also besides the Cath Hounds that murdered us last time. I just noticed, I just realized these trees, they're all like the really uh, fat trunked trees with sparse, not completely barren of leaves, but they're relatively sparse, which puts me in mind of, excuse me, puts me in mind of tree. I thought there were trees like this um, in or around the deserts, um, like in North Africa or something. Maybe I'm, or maybe Australia or so. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I thought that that trees of that look tended to be in areas that don't have much water, or something. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I wonder if that maybe tells us something about the climate of Dantooine. Although we do know that it rains at least sometimes, because that was a piece of the puzzle in that investigation that we did. And we have plenty of grass here. Okay, before we get involved, let's save. I'm on save, not load. Okay, there we go. Okay, good, finally. Why did I need to light my lightsaber to throw a grenade? This albino was pretty nasty. Do a lot of damage. I agree, mission. For the mission, you know you are capable of contributing yourself. I think we've got this. We're down to one, and it's just one of the normal ones, not one of the big ones. There we go. Zalbar, let's get you patched up back at the Ebon Hawk. That loading screen said, "Some people distrust the Jedi as much as they do the Sith. They don't understand either group." Have we tried repeating the Jedi code to them? Because that sure helped me to understand them a bit more. But it does kind of highlight the fact that, you know, we're used to thinking, especially because of the movies, of the Jedi as the good guys and the heroes, and they certainly do fit that. But we also have to consider that even in a galaxy far, far away, a lot of people still probably view it as rather odd that there's just a whole group of people who can move things around with their minds or cause people to, you know, trick people's minds into thinking that they saw something they didn't or whatever else. Um, it is kind of an odd. I can see why some people might be kind of wary of them. Oh, nice you to show up, Zalbar. Alright, you got it, Zalbar. I'm just gonna heal up a bit here. There we go. Okay, he's got a med pack. Mandalorian data pad, stabilizer gauntlets. Okay, we're going to check out the data pad and the gauntlets, see if they're worth anything for us. Repair kit. Credits and some mines. Okay, another repair kit and a med pack. Good. Okay, nothing too exciting here, just cleaning up some, or replenishing our supplies. So stabilizer gauntlets. Okay, demolitions +2. These gauntlets are quite stiff, minimizing actions that might interfere with the manipulation of volatile materials. The user must have basic knowledge of demolitions to benefit from this item. Okay, so they help with demolitions basically by, I guess, minimizing small shakes or twitches and stuff that you might make, and you really need to have like some deliberate motion to it. Okay, looks like the Mandalorian datapad is just a repeat of one we already saw. Jarg went missing in Sector B, then Riza saw someone moving south of there. Take a couple troops and find out who it is. If they look suspicious, terminate. Alright. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to just go up and down, but I'm using the analog stick, and sometimes when I'm trying to go up, it chooses to register that as a side-by-side. So. Okay, let's see, there were a few that we were looking at. Throw lightsaber, that would be a good one. Let us get some. We have these for conversation. Throw lightsaber would give us a ranged attack. There's like force deflection or something that. Okay. There's one that lets us like block blaster bolts and things. Energy resistance. Or maybe deflection is a feat because it's. Yeah, most of these are like choose to do something. Okay, so I think force push was one I wanted because when we get it up to its final level, we can do it as a. It'll be able to affect multiple enemies. Of course, throw lightsaber would also be nice, being able to attack people from farther away. Let's go with throw lightsaber for now. We'll go with throw lightsaber, and then we'll start doing force push. Okay, mission gets sneak attack 5, that's good. Don't know how much sneak attack's really helping out, since I think by the time she attacks anybody, she's pretty much we're already engaged in combat, and they're probably not too terribly surprised. But good nonetheless. Okay, since Zalbar is fighting with 2 weapons, giving him improved 2-weapon fighting is probably good. Because what that'll do is he has a penalty if he uses has basically a penalty that makes it harder for him to hit if he's using a weapon in each hand, and this reduces the penalty. So that'll be good. That'll make it so he'll. Because I've noticed he's doing a pretty good job at tanking. He hasn't been hitting stuff very well. So that'll help. That'll help with that a bit. I guess I should probably save. Okay, we have some Cath Hounds over here. Then we have looks like somebody fighting some Cath Hounds over there. Let's go see what that's all about. No. I'm too close to throw my lightsaber. Briefly considering backing up just so I could have a chance to throw it, but that probably wouldn't have been very helpful. Would have just been wanting to look cool, not actually accomplishing anything. What are you shooting at? Mission? Oh. Okay, we could have left those alone. And not... Press A to activate hostile force power. Some force powers affect only a single target, others affect all enemies within a specified range of the target. Okay. So we'll throw our lightsaber at it. Somehow managed to not hit Zalbar, because we are just that good at throwing lightsabers.
You'll never get
Okay, let's talk to C842. Hey, we were told to look for a droid. Are you, by any chance, the droid we're looking for?
Thank you for saving me, Master Jedi. I am C842, a personal assistant droid.
Okay, personal assistance droid? Or why were the Cath Hounds attacking you? That was quite a beating you took. What's a personal assistance droid?
As I said, I am C842, a personal assistant droid. Although in recent months the assistance I render seems to have taken on a disproportionate significance.
Okay, are you Elise's droid? Or, huh? Okay. Yeah, I think you're Elise's droid.
Did she send you to find me? Please do not tell her you saw me.
You're running from her? Or weren't you kidnapped? Yeah, she said you were kidnapped.
No, I ran away of my own free will. But I have my reasons. I'm afraid my owner became a bit too attached to me. Obsessed, even. She tried to treat me as her dead husband. It was not healthy for her.
Is she crazy? Or all the time? But she wants you back? That sounds pretty crazy if you ask me.
She is obsessed. She rarely sees other people and appears to be fixated on me as her husband. She was becoming more and more insular. I thought it best that I leave. She may meet other real people this way. In fact, that was the reason I came here and sought out those Cath Hounds.
You sought them out? What, are you suicidal or something? Or you want to get away that badly? Let's just hear his explanation.
I think it would be best if I were no longer a factor. She would meet new people, living people. Please, will you destroy me?
So let's see. Fine, I'll destroy you and tell her why you did it. Or, no, you should go back to her. Or, I'll destroy her and tell her you're still out there. Well, telling him to go back to her seems kind of cruel and definitely not healthy for her. So, I mean, I guess we destroy the droid. Destroying her, or destroying him and then saying, oh yeah, he's still out there somewhere, seems like that could probably lead to trouble. So, I guess we'll have to tell her the story. So, okay. I'll destroy you, and then I'll tell her why you did it.
Thank you, kind sir. You have my eternal gratitude.
Well, I mean, you're a droid. You're gonna cease functioning in just a moment here. You asked me to destroy you. Why were you dodging? Trying to dodge or block or whatever you were doing. Okay, well that's kind of an unfortunate ending, but not sure there's much else we could have done. Okay, the droid that fled away from Elise C842 ran away because he feared his mistress was spending too much time focused on him and not enough on other living beings. He wished you to destroy him to force her to live a real life. You obliged him. So it always seems to me kind of odd in the Star Wars universe the way droids are treated. On the one hand, sometimes they're treated as if they're actual sentient beings, and I mean they certainly have a very, very high artificial intelligence. But you know they're treated as companions. And sometimes even like friends and things. I think of how lovable R2-D2 is in the original trilogy, and how much personality he has despite just speaking in beeps. And yet at other times we have like this, just kind of reminders that it's like if a actual biological being was like, oh, you have to kill me, and because it's like we would probably say, no, there has to be another option, or killing would be, a dark side option or something. But here it seems like, you're a droid, just shutting you down is probably the best option here. Ooh, Crystal Cave. We were told that we might be able to find crystals on Dantooine, so let's okay, hopefully that's not coming through too dark. Sorry, I'm pausing just because some of the like ambient growls or something sounded like I thought I recognized it from Neverwinter Nights, which is entirely possible because I believe both Neverwinter Nights and Knights of the Old Republic are made by BioWare, and it's entirely possible that they reuse assets like sound effects and rather than developing entirely new ones every single time. Okay,
Yeah?
mission, you need to take an antidote.
Sure.
Okay, I don't know if you could see these Kinrath very well. Well, I was going to say, hopefully we'll get a better view. That would actually be rather unfortunate. They look very creepy, to be honest. resources depleted. So that... Mission! Ranged weapons. Don't have to charge into melee. I mean, they seem to have some kind of stabbing arm or leg. I think I used to think that it was, instead of a head, they just had another appendage. Here with the little better graphics, it looked like they did have a head. It's just instead of like a nose and a mouth, they had an arm or something. I don't know, pretty bizarre. Maybe we'll see one in the... By the crystal light, you can kind of see it a little better. If they didn't die so fast. Okay. Kinrath eggs. What do we do with Kinrath eggs? These fragile eggs can be easily destroyed, snuffing out the innocent life within. Okay. Durasteel bonding alloy and response package. Crystal. You've acquired a lightsaber crystal. Alright. More Kinrath eggs. Crystal formation. Are there any crystal formations on this side? Yeah, okay. So, I guess the dead body we found there, what was he anyway? This not a crystal we can interact with? I guess not. His dead body has shiny armor, so I'm guessing he's a Mandalorian. So I guess he must have come into this cave. He might be the missing Mandalorian they were looking for. Did we... I don't know, he might be the Mandalorian who went missing, or he might be some completely different Mandalorian. But I guess he came into the cave and then was done in by the Kinraths. Oh yeah, let's see what crystals we have, if we can see them in here. Okay, so we have a yellow crystal. Okay, a Rubat crystal. Used in lightsaber construction, Rubat crystal is mined on Femis, except here where we mined it on Dantooine. It produces a clearly defined blade that a Jedi can easily focus on, so that's going to do something. If we use that, it'll improve our lightsaber somehow. A green crystal, so we can use that to make our lightsaber green. A blue crystal. Okay. Probably going to go with blue if I have a chance. And a Bondar crystal. This crystal was mined on a far orbit asteroid circling the Alderaan system. It produces a volatile lightsaber beam that pulses on impact, discharging part of its energy into an opponent. That sounds interesting. Okay, next time we head back to the Jedi Academy, we're definitely going to want to get to a workbench and try to upgrade our lightsaber, because those sound quite useful. And in fact, might be doing that just now, because we want to head back to the Ebon Hawk to heal up anyway. So we can head back. Yeah, let's go find a workbench. They make a big deal about the color of your lightsaber representing what type of Jedi you are and how most Jedi will adhere to that because it's, you know, a symbol of their class or something. We all know they just choose whatever they think looks the coolest. And oh, interesting. I was not expecting the color crystals to have special properties. They probably did in the menu and I just missed it, but you can see yellow crystal. Blue crystal has attack and damage +1, and green has attack and damage +2. Well, I guess we'll go with the green lightsaber then. I guess that explains why when Luke made his own lightsaber for Return of the Jedi, he went with a green one instead of a blue one like the lightsaber Obi-Wan had given him. Okay. So Rubat crystals give attack +1 and damage +1. And Bondar crystals on hit. Stun, DC 10, 25% for 2 rounds. So basically what that means is anytime we hit an enemy, there's a they'll have to make a saving throw or be stunned for 2 rounds. It's a pretty easy saving throw. It's not going to hit a lot, but every time it does, it'll be that much more useful. So. Okay. The yellow one had attack bonus 3, but it didn't seem like that was showing up when we were hovering over them. Okay, so it's showing the bonuses of the crystals we don't have equipped. It's not showing the bonus of the crystal we have equipped. And these bonuses are not showing. It's not like in comparison to what we have equipped, it's just a attack +1, damage +1. So when we went from attack 3 to attack +2, damage +2, I think it was, that was actually a reduction of 1 attack. I don't know, this seems an attack modifier +1. I thought the green was attack and damage +2. I don't know, we have a cool looking green lightsaber. We'll stick with it for now. Don't worry about the specific stats, just remember that it looks cool. Can we... Okay, we can fast travel from here. Okay. I just realized we traveled all the way back and didn't even bother telling the Jedi, hey, we solved that little issue that you wanted us to handle. Guess we'll get around to it eventually. Well, there we go. This thing managed to stun it. That was decently easy. Okay, we've already kind of been here because We went over to the Grove. We just didn't go much into this.
Ah, so this
Oh.
is the meddler. You have caused us far too much trouble for a mere Jedi. I will add your head to those of the other Jedi I have killed, and take yet another lightsaber for my own. Now you will know why the Mandalorians are feared.
Excuse me just a moment while I ready a grenade. Mr. Sherrick. Keep forgetting I can pause. That's probably kind of helpful when I'm trying to navigate menus.
I'll show you.
So, sorry, Sherrick, I'm still rather confused. Why is it that Mandalorians are so feared? Honestly, I'm far more afraid of Mission's questionable tactical choices than I am of the Mandalorians at the moment. Okay, now let's see if we can loot these Mandalorians. You were a named Mandalorian, so you probably have something good. Ooh, we have a couple lightsabers. He was not lying about taking lightsabers for collection. That's cool. Sonic nullifiers, a Verpine cardio regulator. That container's empty. Some frag grenades. Med pack, and you've got nothing. Okay, nothing in the mission. Can you please move?
What?
Okay, see, move out of the way so that I can not be trapped in between the engines. Let's go heal up again. Is there anything else that we need before we return to the Jedi Temple? The estates, neither one of them wants to talk to us, so unless we want to break in, it's nothing for us to do there. I'm pretty sure we could break in. I think if we tell the droid, my blasters are my authority, we'll probably end up fighting him and then be able to get his access or something. But then we would just be fighting everybody inside, and I'm not sure that that's a very Jedi thing to do, so... Okay, now mission, don't go attacking these things because... just gonna walk through here. Don't need to attack everything in sight. Even though technically, if we really want to beat the game as efficiently as possible, we would beat everything in sight because we get experience for it, and there's only a limited amount of creatures with against whom we can get experience. So, okay, that appears to be everywhere on this planet. So. Okay, that's the ruins that we can't get into at the moment. And then we have the path south. Okay, so I guess we'll... Maybe once we talk to the Jedi, they'll be like, oh, you did such a good job with that little logic puzzle mystery solving that now you can help us out with the... the issue of these two estates hating each other or something. Okay, not really sure what's going on with the pathfinding here. I'm guessing the Kath Hound was trying to attack us, and then for some reason the game thought the best way to do that would be to run halfway across the map. Okay, there's Adam Larp. And there's Elise. Elise, got some good news and some bad news. Good news is we found your droid. And he wasn't kidnapped. The bad news is he doesn't want to be with you and chose death rather than, or destruction rather.
My droid is still missing. I can feel him like a hole in my aching heart.
Okay, so we can lie. I found your droid, but he had been destroyed by Kath Hounds. Or I'm afraid your droid had to be destroyed. Your droid escaped and is nowhere to be found. He's still out there somewhere. Could you tell me what happened to him? Or, don't worry, I'll find him. That seems like that'd be a great way to get her to just, like, run off searching for him and probably encounter Kath Hounds herself, which would be rather counterproductive. Don't really feel like lying, although I can't help but notice there's nothing in the Jedi Code specifically about lying or truth. In fact, maybe that's another line of the Jedi Code. There is no lie, there is only truth from a certain point of view. But no, I'm afraid your droid had to be destroyed.
My droid? Destroyed? No. No, this cannot be happening. I can't bear to live without him.
Okay then. She ran off towards the Jedi Enclave. Yeah, not even gonna ask for details or anything. Maybe she's going to report me to the higher up Jedi or something. I mean, oh hey, here's Juhani.
I must give you my thanks. Because of you, I am once again welcome within the Jedi Order.
Okay, have you spoken to the Council? Did you learn anything more about KotOR? Or I'm just glad I could help. Have you spoken to the Council yet? Recall Juhani was the fallen Jedi who had made the Grove tainted with the dark side, and we convinced her to go apologize to the Council.
I have spoken to the Council, and they have helped me see the truth. The truth about myself, and the truth of my actions. KotOR's injuries were not so severe as I first believed. I was foolish to believe I could harm a master such as she with my clumsy efforts. The fierce confrontation between us was nothing more than part of my training. KotOR wanted me to understand the threat of the dark side, to see how easy it was to fall from the path of light.
It's pretty harsh, so where's KotOR now? Where the ways of the Jedi are strange indeed. That is kind of strange, because keep in mind, it's not just that Juhani almost turned to the dark side. It seemed pretty clear she had turned to the dark side until we talked her out of it, and we had to do a lot of talking. It would have been very easy for us to have just killed her instead, or to have let her go, or she could have killed herself or something. Like, all just to prove a point of like, hey, it's pretty easy to fall from the light side. To do it, we're going to kick you to the dark side and just hope that somebody encounters you who will be able to turn you back. I don't know, Master Quatra, not the best idea as far as I can tell, but yeah, where's Quatra now? Let's go with that.
After our last battle, Quatra had nothing left to teach me. I needed time alone to explore the turmoil of my own spirit. Only then was I ready to follow a guide. You. Back to the light. When I left, Quatra knew her work with me was done. There are other disciples who need training throughout the galaxy, and she could not stay to see if I passed this most difficult trial. With your help, I have passed this difficult trial. The Council now feels I am ready to continue with my training, though they have asked me to wait here for the time being.
Hey, I'm glad to see you're not getting hung up on all this. The past is in the past, you know?
You have been given another chance to prove yourself. I hope you use it. Thank you,
I do
off-screen
not know what
companions.
the Council has in store for me, but I will trust in the Force and the way of the Jedi to help me through whatever is to come.
I find that funny. Like, okay, after basically kicking me to the dark side, before I had even found my way back, Quatra was like, okay, yep, my job's here is done. I need to go find some other younglings that I can kick over to the dark side for part of their training. Maybe it wasn't Revan and Malak that are responsible for a whole bunch of Jedi turning to the dark side. Maybe it was just Quatra's training the source of the Sith army. I don't know. I have my doubts as to whether that training method has really been thought through enough. It's kind of like having a teenager or something, and then just giving them a whole bunch of drugs to be like, and later saying, yeah, I wanted to show you, make a point about how dangerous drugs are and how easily it is to get addicted and how hard it is to stop. So I totally did it with your best interest in mind. Okay, who are we supposed to talk to? Oh, Jedi Trials. Okay, it's the one that was updated. Juhani has been accepted back into the Enclave while the Council debates her case. It seems that redemption can come even to those who have fallen so far. I mean, on the other hand, how far did she really fall? Because apparently she didn't, like, she thought she had killed her master, and her master not only isn't dead, but intended the whole thing as part of a lesson, so... I don't know, who gave me the mission? Was it you?
Greetings, young apprentice. Have you come seeking knowledge of the past? Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it, or so they say. As chronicler of the Academy here on Dantooine, I find your quest for knowledge admirable, but I do not want to overwhelm you with the long history of the Jedi Order. You should ponder the history of Revan. It contains many lessons you may need if we hope to defeat Malak and the Sith.
Okay, yeah, we already talked to you.
May the Force be...
Okay. There's Bastila. Did not look very happy, but... I guess she never is, so...
You have done well, my pupil. The ancient grove has been purified, and Juhani's journey down the dark path has been halted. Because of you, she walks once more in the light. But though she was saved, do not dismiss what happened to her. Juhani is both dedicated and true to the ideals of the Order, yet she was still vulnerable to the dark side, as are we all. She struck her master in anger during her training and injured her greatly. But it was Quatra's choice to test Juhani this way, and it seems to have made its point. Juhani has been redeemed, and you have passed your final test. Congratulations, apprentice. Or should I say, congratulations, Padawan. You have proven yourself worthy of joining the Jedi. Let me be the first to welcome you as a full-fledged member of our order.
All right. We are now fully fledged Jedi. Okay. Now that you've been accepted as a Padawan, the Jedi Council might tell you more about the bigger picture and what you must do. Okay, let's tell Bastila first. Like, hey, we're fellow Jedi now.
If you have questions, you should direct them toward the Jedi Council members.
Okay. I will accept your congratulations.
I must congratulate you on your actions.
Thank
You
you.
have saved Juhani and brought her back into the Order, and have given us all great hope for your future success. May the Force be with you as you continue your training.
All right, thank you. Master Vandar.
It is good to see Juhani has returned to the way of the light. You are to be commended for your role in this. Your actions give us great hope for the future. Your training is now complete, Padawan. And perhaps now it is time we dealt with the matter of the dream you and Bastila shared. When we heard of the ruins in your dreams, Master Dorak recognized it as one of a series of ancient structures here on Dantooine. This one in particular lies to the east of this enclave. We sent a Jedi to investigate, but he has not returned. Perhaps sending him in the first place was a mistake. The Force is guiding you through your visions. It may be that exploring the ruins is a task tied to your destiny. That is why the Council has now decided you should be the one to investigate this. The secrets to stopping Malak may be hidden within those ruins. You must investigate them and find what Revan and Malak were looking for.
Okay. So I'd like to ask some questions. I'll investigate right away. What happened to the Jedi who went to investigate? That seems a pretty important question. Who's that in the background? Guy in the green shirt. I don't think you were standing there before. Okay. I guess we'll worry about him later. So what happened to the Jedi who went to investigate?
We do not know. That is one of the things you must investigate. We fear the worst. Is there anything else you want to know?
Okay. What can you tell me about Bastila? Is there anything you can tell me about Revan and Malak? Why doesn't Master Vrook like me? I think we've already asked about all those. Let's ask why Master Vrook still doesn't like us.
Master Vrook may seem harsh and critical, but he understands the dangers that lie in your path. He wants you and Bastila to be fully prepared when you finally face Lord Malak. The way ahead will be difficult for young Bastila, and for you. But you must draw strength from each other. May the Force be with you.
Okay. Okay, so we have to have Bastila in our party. So we can keep mission, or we can keep T3. Carth or Canderous. Let's take Canderous. We still want another ranged person, I think, since Bastila is going to be more melee. I'm going a little bit more melee, so I haven't really traveled Canderous much. Get to know him.
I demand justice. The Sandral family is a blight upon Dantooine. They must be punished.
The Council will look into this matter, Mr. Matale. You must be patient. Your accusations have no proof, and we do not want you stirring up trouble with the Sandrals if there is some mistake.
Mistake? My son Shen is missing. How can there be any doubt the Sandrals are to blame?
There are other possible explanations for your son's disappearance.
Ah, you Jedi are good for nothing but talk. I shall only wait so long before I take action on my own.
As dangerous as the threat from Darth Malak and the Sith may be, we Jedi cannot simply abandon our other responsibilities. The Council has promised Alan Matale we will look into his son's disappearance. Should you have time, Padawan, you may want to investigate this matter.
Okay, I shall look into it once, but what about my Jedi training? I have more important things to do. Is there anything else I should know? Okay, I kind of get what you're where you're coming from. That okay, yes, Malak is the big threat, but we can't just abandon all minor concerns. I don't really see how that translates to Malak is a big threat, so let's put the concern of Malak as well as all the small concerns onto a single Padawan. Like, why aren't any of the other Jedi here being assigned to this matter? We even have the Jedi. I forget what his name, but the one that got us helping out in the murder mystery, who seemed to be a pretty good investigator all on his own. Why isn't he dealing with this? I don't know. It just doesn't seem like you quite have your priorities straight. But I guess I'll ask: is there anything else I should know?
These two families have been settled here for some years now.
And causing me no end of trouble.
Indeed. They have been settled here for some time, and feuding ever since.
What caused this feud? Which families are involved? Where are they settled? I shall investigate this immediately. I'll investigate if there is time, or I must continue on my main mission. No, what caused the feud?
I do not know how the original feud started, but they want nothing to do with each other. As you may have heard, Alan Matali believes that his son, Shen, has been kidnapped by Nurik Sandral.
Curiously, Nurik's son Cassus has been missing for some time as well. I fear Nurik may suspect Alan in this.
Is there anything else you wish to know?
Okay, which families are involved?
The Sandral and Matali families are involved. The Sandrals live far to the south. The head of that family is Nurik Sandral. He is a stern man, but I believe him fair. Under the present circumstances, though, who knows? Alan Matali can be much more unstable. He is convinced of his own importance and can be a most oppressive individual at times. He lives closer to the Enclave, but still to the south. Is there anything else you wish to know?
What caused this feud? Okay, we already asked that. Where are they settled? Okay, we already were told they're to the south, so... Okay, I will investigate this immediately.
If Shen Matali is not returned to his father, it may ignite a savage and bloody feud between the Matali and Sandral estates. We must not allow that to happen.
Your study and training are important, of course. But the Jedi are not a cloistered order. Our influence and teachings must spread beyond the walls of our academies.
It is in the real world that we truly prove ourselves worthy of the title Jedi. You would do well to remember this, young Padawan.
The task has its own importance. It may also serve to divert our minds for a short time. Something which carries its own rewards.
Okay. I'm trying to remember... I think when, see, he has high strength, but he also... I think he primarily uses like a cannon thing. So, he probably wants high dexterity, especially if we're using him for ranged attacks. So we're gonna have him use heavy weapons. He's not really gonna need toughness. Let's give him Master Rapid Shot. That'll allow him to make an extra ranged attack during a round. He'll get one less defense, but we're going to give him Like he wears heavy. That could be why his dexterity is low. He wears heavy armor. And -1 attack penalty, but getting some extra shots out will be helpful. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's probably why we're going with strength instead of dexterity, or it doesn't really need strength, I don't think. Let's go with constitution. Keep him healthy. Because he, I believe, wears heavy armor, and heavy armor has a maximum benefit to it that, like you can't add, can't have too high of a dexterity bonus with it. I mean, it's not that it prevents you from doing so. It's that if your dexterity is higher than a certain amount, it'll just cap it, treat it like it's lower. Okay, some improved conditioning, +2 to all saving throws. That might be helpful. Still have issues sometimes trying to remember which remembering what that I need to add feats before accepting that just highlighting them isn't enough. So we can give Bastila higher dexterity, which would improve her attack, make her harder to hit. Or we can improve wisdom and charisma. That'll help her her force abilities. I think Bastila could really use some more wisdom. Let's try to make her force powers a bit harder to make them a little bit better. This was stun droid. Stun droid's really our best option here, or energy resistance. I'll go with stun droid. She uses a two-bladed lightsaber, so that's going to be helpful. Night speed. Allows Jedi to move more swiftly. For the duration of this effect, movement speed's doubled, defense is increased by 4, and 1 attack per round is gained. That's very useful. Okay, so Night Valor can increase physical attributes of the whole party. Stasis is an enhanced version of stun. Disable droid, enhanced version of stun droid. Force Whirlwind. This power encircles the target victim in a small maelstrom of air and dust, inflicting 1/3 of the attacking character's level in damage every 2 seconds, rendering them unable to take any action. 12 seconds total. Okay. This power does not affect droids equipped with energy shield software. Or advanced throw lightsaber. Allows the character to attack up to 3 separate targets with a single lightsaber throw. Okay, let's go with Force Whirlwind. I'm kind of curious to see what that looks like. Okay, she's Jedi droid support. Okay, that's good. That means she'll use her force powers, I believe.
Yes?
Okay, so let's see. We need to. We're looking into the whole Matali thing. So let's see if this guy, complaining guy, is still over here. Sam and okay, no, I don't think it was Samnant. Oh, there's Elise.
What do you want?
Now, Samt, don't be so rude. If it wasn't for this young Jedi, we wouldn't have met. I took the loss of my droid much too hard. I feel I must apologize.
There's no need, or you're right, or a reward speaks louder than words. Yeah, there's no need to apologize. I mean, there kind of is, but I mean, I guess you didn't. It's not like you attacked or anything. Just were kind of grieving over the loss of a droid.
But I must. I was much too attached to my droid. It was all that was left of my husband, you see. Maybe I thought that through the droid, my husband could live again, be with me still.
I think we understand. Love can do strange things to anyone.
But I went too far. I could not see what was missing in living a normal life. Fortunately, in my grief, I returned here and ran into Samt, an absolutely fascinating man.
Yes, he seems quite nice. Doesn't look that impressive. He's not half the man I am. That would be a very bizarre way to take it. No, he seems quite nice. I hope you two are quite happy together.
Samt and I got to talking, and, well, we have a lot in common. I think we'll be seeing more of each other. It's funny how things work out in the end. Maybe there is such a thing as fate, after all. But I think we should be going now. We have so much more to talk about. I just wanted to thank you for what you've done for me, and what you tried to do. Goodbye, and thank you.
I'm not sure why the, when our characters are speaking up in the cutscenes, it's not... I think it's supposed to, like, cut over to their face so we can see them talking, but it's not. We're just hearing them, which is a little odd. Oh, I was going to see Canderous. Yeah, he currently has light battle armor, which gives a defense bonus of 7. Let's give him Davik's Warsuit. Wait, do we have... Okay, no, Davik's Warsuit's the best we have at the moment. Increases defense bonus and give him some more resisting some cold and fire. Davik spent lavishly on his safety, and many a bounty hunter ended up dead in the streets for underestimating both his will to live and the protective qualities of his armor. Okay, we have Ordo's Repeating Blaster. Maybe I should see if I can upgrade that. Should also see if I can upgrade Bastila's. Let's give you Sonic Nullifiers too. We'll see if we can upgrade Bastila's lightsaber. Replacing bulky ear protection, these items make use of newly developed counterwave nullifiers, an innovation pioneered by shipyard workers, not the military. Okay, we'll give you those. Get some protection from sonic attacks. Okay, we can upgrade your cardio regulator to a Verpine cardio regulator. This device regulates the body in distress with emergency fortitude supports for the wearer. It functions so well that many wonder how many bodies in distress the Verpine tested.
Yes? Sure.
Okay. Sorry, let's go upgrade some equipment. So that will be all prepared for whatever comes our way. Let's go ahead and give Bastila a blue lightsaber. Don't have enough crystals to fully kit it out, but that'll be a little bit of an increase. And then don't have most of these upgrades, but we can give it a hair trigger, have it do more damage. Okay. Good, I think we've got a nice little army here. So let's see, I guess first we'll make our way to the Matali estate. Now we'll probably be able to tell the droid that, hey, we're here to represent the Jedi Enclave. I did find it interesting with Elise's story as well, the way that she ran off, and it kind of seemed like, okay, that's just the end. She was distraught, she ran off, and sudden ending of the story. Then as we were looking around, all of a sudden, no, that's not the end of the story. She apparently found someone new. I'm still not sure that that's the most healthy option. Is she over her grieving process or like working through her grieving process and now being like, oh, maybe I can finally love again, or is this guy just going to be another kind of obsession stand-in for her husband? Not sure. Hope it's the former, not the latter.
This is private property. By what authority are you trespassing on this estate?
I come on behalf of the Jedi Council. I wish to speak to Alan Matale. Yeah, we'll go with that.
You have come from the Jedi Council. Master Matali wishes to speak with you. I will inform him that you are here. Remain at this location until he arrives.
My protocol droid tells me you are here on behalf of the Council. I was beginning to think my demands had been ignored, though I think your time would be better spent interrogating the Sandrels as to the whereabouts of my son Shen.
Okay. Why are you so certain the Sandrels are to blame? Or any information you might have would be helpful. You can't accuse the Sandrels without proof. I mean, I'm kind of tempted to go that route, but we'll try to be civil here. Why are you so certain the Sandrels are to blame?
Many years ago, I brought my family here to Dantooine to escape the crush of humanity on the KotOR worlds. Soon after we settled here, the Sandrels arrived, and they have been a plague upon my house ever since. The injustices the Sandrels have committed against the Matales are far too numerous to name. But the Council is well aware of our many disputes. Recently, I discovered several Sandrel droids trespassing on my land.
What were they doing here? What happened to the droids? Yeah, what were they doing? Like, setting up cameras, or what?
I have no idea what nefarious purpose lay behind their arrival. My own assassination, perhaps? Destruction of my property? Maybe a simple spy mission? I wasn't about to find out. My own security droids destroyed the invaders. Not a single one survived.
At least you're efficient.
It was shortly after this incident that Shen, my only son and heir to the Matali estate, vanished. Obviously, Nurik, the unscrupulous head of the Sandrel clan, has abducted my son in retaliation for the destruction of his droids.
Okay. I shall go and speak to Nurik Sandrel. You're jumping to conclusions, or where can I find the Sandrels? Well, yeah, as obvious as that deduction is, I do think it's a little premature. I will go and speak to Nurik and find out his side of the story.
The only resolution possible is the immediate return of my son. Why does the Council insist on stalling? The life of my son is at stake. Is it possible? Yes, of course. Now I understand. I am a man of the world, Jedi. I know how things are done. I will make a contribution of 1,000 credits to the Council in exchange for rescuing Shen from the Sandrels. I will present the credits directly to you, of course. Whether the Council ever learns of this donation is completely up to you.
Wow, that is that's very remarkably slimy. Jedi cannot be bought. I will remain neutral despite your attempted bribe. I understand you're upset, Alan Matali. Rest assured, I will find Shen. Make it 2,000 and you have a deal. I kind of want to go with this option, but I'm not sure if that means I'm like tacitly accepting his offer. We'll go with it anyway. It's you know, you're upset and don't want to antagonize you, and we do want to find Shen. Can't guarantee he'll be alive if something happened to him, but we'll do our best to figure out what happened and make sure that we do all we can.
Nevertheless, my offer still stands. 1,000 credits for Shen's safe return. Know, however, that I will not sit idly by much longer. Eventually, I will take whatever action is necessary to rescue my son, including razing the entire Sandrel estate. Until you find Shen, Jedi, we have nothing further to discuss. I suggest you hurry south to their estate, lest I take matters into my own hands.
Okay. Okay, he's very adamant about his belief that the Sandrels to the south are behind the disappearance of his son. Yeah, I guess that's one way of putting it. And there I noticed it actually did switch over to Canderous when he spoke up, so... You might notice even when characters interject, they don't always interject at the same time. Like it's not that every character always interjects at the same time other characters would. Where's Canderous? Canderous?
What can I do?
Yeah?
There we go.
What?
So the way they do it is they have different characters will have. Oh, come on, everybody's here. Bastila, why did you run off? Have different characters, you know, have set things that they'll respond to if they're in the party, and sometimes those overlap. But by looking at which ones characters do respond to can help us tell a little bit about the characters. Was it with Juhani that both Mission and Zalbar spoke up? And we're like, yeah, everything's all right. And here with Alan, Canderous spoke up to talk about like, oh man, that was pretty cool the way you just, you know, somebody went onto your property and just destroyed, or you just destroyed all the droids that came here.
This is private property. By what authority are you trespassing on this estate?
Okay, I come on behalf of the Jedi Council.
The Council? If you are here because of Shen Matale's disappearance, you are wasting your time. The Sandals are not involved. This is nothing but a Matale witch hunt.
I'm not in league with the Matales, but I must speak to Nurik. Or in the name of the Council, I demand you let me in. let's try being civil. No, I'm not working for Matales, but I would like to hear Nurik's side of the story.
Nurik left orders he was not to be disturbed, but given the circumstances, I will make an exception. Go into the main hall. Nurik will meet with you there.
I have been informed by my protocol droid that you wish to speak to me.
Okay, I want to ask you about the disappearance of Shen Matale. Or I'm here on behalf of the Jedi Council. I'm investigating the disappearance of Shen Matale. Yeah, let's be a little bit more formal.
I brought my family here to find peace and safety, not to be harassed and treated like common criminals. Your council has no authority here, and I respectfully ask you to leave this property at once.
This guy isn't telling us something. He might even be lying. I don't trust him.
I trust you will show yourself out. If not, my security droids will be sure to deal with you.
You are here from the council, are you not? Looking for Shen Matale?
Who are you? Do you know something about Shen's disappearance? What I do is my own business, so back off. I don't know, who are you?
My name is Rahasia. Nurik is my father. He has not been himself since Cassis disappeared. He is mad with grief, and he is convinced the Matales are responsible. He's not thinking rationally.
Does this have anything to do with what happened to Shen? I don't have time to listen to this. Cassis disappeared? Tell me about Cassis' disappearance.
Yes, Cassis was my brother. He was working on archaeological digs here on Dantooine when he disappeared. My father blamed Alan Matale and his son. My father is a good man. When my mother died, he raised me and my brother by himself. He loves his children, and we love him. I just don't want you to judge him too harshly.
I only want to find Shen Matale. Or judge him. What has your father done? Tell me what is going on here. Yeah, why would I judge him?
You must understand that Father has been under a terrible strain. I have no wish to disobey him, but there are matters where even my father's authority is not absolute.
Okay, please, tell me what has happened. Quit stalling and get to the point. Let's hold out our patience a little longer.
My father has kidnapped Shen Matale. He is holding him prisoner here in the compound. He feels this is a way to get back at the Matales, a way to get even for the disappearance of my brother Cassis.
I see. Well, there is the answer we seek. The Jedi Council should be informed of this at once.
No. Since Cassis went missing, my father has become unstable. He might hurt him if you do that. He no longer even cares if the Matales are responsible for what happened to Cassis. I am afraid my father will simply kill Shen out of a mad, misguided lust for vengeance.
Okay, I must tell the Jedi Council at once. This isn't my problem. Why are you telling me all this? Or what happened to Cassis? Do you know what happened to Cassis?
I do not know. I am worried for him, truly. But I do not believe Alan Matale had anything to do with it. And now my father may take it out on Shen. Please, find Shen and rescue him before my father does something he will regret forever. I would take you to the prison, but I cannot let my father see me with you. Take this key. It will open an unguarded door at the rear of the estate. You and Shen can make your escape through there. There are many security droids guarding the halls. Please hurry. You are Shen's only hope.
Okay. What is the problem between your families? Why do you care about Shen? I'll go now. Can you tell us about the problem between the families?
Alan Matale and my father have had problems ever since they settled on this world. To hear my father tell it, Alan is a brute and a bully, but a rich one. He feels his credits give him the right to step all over normal people. My father stands up to Alan because no one else will. But now he thinks Alan has taken my brother Cassis and has imprisoned Shen as revenge. Please find Shen and free him. You are my only hope.
Okay. Okay, so Nurk denies any involvement in Shen's disappearance, but Rahesia tells another story. She says that her father captured Shen because he believes that Alan has his own son, Cassus. Shen is being held in the Sandral estate. Rahesia has given you a key to the rear entrance so that you may help him escape. Okay. Is this the right door, or is there one in back here? No, there's not a door back there. Okay. We were warned that there would be a lot of security droids here. Although that is another of the questionable things with implementing droids like this is we want there to be danger, but we also don't want the moral implications of just killing a bunch of people who are just doing their jobs trying to protect the family. So let's have droids. We can have people chop them up all they want. It's not gonna... It's not really evil or dark side. So... Okay, let's just check rooms until we find... I think we didn't give Basilisk's lightsaber back after upgrading it. Yeah, we forgot to give Bastila her lightsaber. Okay.
Yes.
Computer parts. Let's see if Bastila, can you please move? Okay. If I come over here, we've. No, okay.
Huh?
What can I do?
Sure.
There we go. Rearrange everybody. Let's slice the computer. Nobody in the north hallway. I think it looks like the door at the far left is open, so I'm guessing that's where we are now. On this wall to the left is probably where the door we came in through was. Okay, we can corrupt patrol droid targeting program. That's not really going to help us at the moment. Okay, the south hallway. Another droid over there. Maybe that's the door we came in through. Okay, there's that. We're not going to overload the terminal while we're standing at it. Okay, central security room. Lots of droids in there. Don't have enough spikes to do anything with that. The repair room. There's a damaged droid, might be able to repair it. Storage room, more droids. And we can't download a schematic, okay.
Yeah?
What can I do?
Yeah, what do you want?
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to talk to you, Candace.
Your choice.
We'll talk to you later. I meant to hit cure, but after I hit cure, it automatically goes back to just the generic action. So once I was trying to rapidly cure several times, and ended up talking to Candace by mistake. No offense, Candace. Just this time. Relative. Flunk. Let's unlock it.
Got it.
Med pack and some credits. Good. Let's see what's in here. Oh, holding cells up there. Force whirlwind we saw briefly there. Well, now that I know the holding cell's up there, response package, I kind of feel a little bad about just going through this place, looting everything in sight. We could have just walked right there. Let's see, what is a light scan? What's large? I saw a large locker. What was that about? Must be somewhere else. Okay, what is this low light thing? Or light scan visor, okay. Awareness +4. These are invaluable tools that increase visual acuity by analyzing light on several frequencies above those of normal sight. Okay. Don't need that at the moment.
Yeah?
Yes?
What we do need is Basileia to heal us again.
What?
Okay.
What?
Yes?
What?
Okay, let's... Prison key. Okay, so it wasn't completely useless for us to come this way, because we'll probably need that key to get into the cell. Jedi defense. Okay, this is what I was looking for. Okay. This is... we can deflect blaster bolts. This makes it easier for us to deflect blaster bolts and easier to deflect them back to the enemy who shoots them at us, so that'll be fun. We want to improve our advanced lightsaber throw, or our throw lightsaber. Should probably save.
Please, find Shen and rescue him before my father does something he will regret forever. I would take you to the prison, but I cannot let my father see me with you. There are many security droids guarding the halls. Please hurry. You are Shen's only hope.
Okay. Why do you care about Shen?
Shen and I, we have been taught by our families to hate each other, just for being related to our fathers. But I met Shen alone one day in the city, away from his father, and Shen was so charming, so sweet. He didn't care at all that I was a Sandral. He just accepted me for who I was, with no reservations. We talked and met again over months and fell in love. My brother Cassius met him too, and they were beginning to become friends. But then this whole mess had to happen. Please find Shen and free him. You are my only hope.
Guess I have a little regular Romeo and Juliet thing going on here. If you don't mind, I'm going to take this med pack and credits. You don't mind. Thank you.
Here it is!
Now throw our light saber and we'll hit my enemies. Let's go. Some repair kit. Computer spike. Okay, don't necessarily want to go there. I think that's the front part of the house. And we are trying to be incognito here. You can tell from us loudly blowing up anything in sight. Whoa, 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 Shen.
Who are you? What do you want with me? Are you working for my father?
I'm here to rescue you, Shen. Or anyone tell you ask too many questions? Now sit down and shut up. Seems kind of a poor take to go with somebody who's imprisoned that we're just letting out. So no, I'm here to rescue you, Shen.
Rescue me? No. I won't leave. It's too dangerous.
I'll protect you, Shen. Let's go.
It's not my own safety I'm concerned about. I'm worried about the fate of Nurik's daughter, Rahasia. She's been trying to convince her father to release me ever since I was captured. If I escape, Nurik will think Rahasia is to blame. Nurik is insane with grief over the loss of his son, Cassus. If I leave with you, it is Rahasia who will suffer. I cannot allow that.
Okay, how can I get you to come with me? Or what if we take Rahasia with us? Fine, stay in here and rot. If you don't come with me, I'll drag you out. I don't know, do you think Rahasia will come with us?
If you can convince Rahasia to escape with us, I will accompany you. Though I do not know if she'd be willing to turn her back on her home and family. Who could imagine a Sandral doing such a thing for the sake of a Matali? But if she will not go, then I too shall stay. I would rather face my own death than have her face her father's wrath because I escaped.
Okay. Why do your families hate each other so much? Or why do you care so much about Rahasia? Or I will go and speak to Rahasia. Well, I think we already heard about Du's personal history a little bit, so don't really need to pry further, but what's your view on why your families hate each other?
My father thinks the Sandrals are thieves and liars who followed him here to Dantooine just to steal what he's earned for himself. My father is an egotist and can be violent at times, but I think he still cares for me. Rahasia's father seems to be falling into the same pattern as mine. They're both too unreasonable to be talked to about the other. I think the only hope Rahasia and I will ever have is if we can escape both of them. Please, find Rahasia and speak to her. Get her to flee this place with me.
Okay, so it sounds like you're not just talking about leaving leaving this compound. You're talking about like actually leaving the planet or something.
What are you doing here? Have you found Shen yet?
I'm trying to rescue Shen, but he won't leave without you, Rahasia. Or come with me, Rahasia. It's the only way Shen will leave the estate. Yeah, I'm trying to rescue him, but yeah, there's been a snag.
Shen can be so stubborn sometimes. If one of the security droids sees me wandering the halls, Father will get suspicious. I can't risk it. But I know Shen would rather die than leave me here alone to face the wrath of my father. Tell Shen I will meet you outside the gates. I will wait as long as I can, but you must hurry.
Okay, that's good. Don't have her... There's no reason that she has to walk out with us if that's gonna make people suspicious. Oh, droid medium plating. Completely missed that earlier.
No problem. Got it.
Get another advanced med pack.
No problem. Got it.
So are these guest rooms or are these all like cells? You know, they're not quite as barren as Shen's cell, so I guess they're just guest rooms. Used to having a lot of guests, I guess. Although it seems like it'd be kind of odd to put your guests around all the... Well, I guess the security droids would help keep the guests safe. And considering Rahasia's back here, his own family, stay back here, so it's not like you're giving people terrible accommodations. I mean, except for Shen being in this bare concrete room with a couple benches in it for some reason.
You're back. Have you spoken to Rahasia?
Yes, she promised she would meet us outside the gates.
I pray she is not just telling me what I want to hear, but I will have to take that chance. Hurry then, we must not keep Rahasia waiting.
Shen, you're safe.
Rahasia! Well, thank goodness you managed to escape.
It was all thanks to this kind Jedi that we managed to get this far at all. I thank you, Jedi, for all that you have done for us.
Oh, it was no problem. Shen's father promised me a reward. We should get out of here quickly. Yeah, we should get out of here quickly. We're escaping, and we're standing right in front of your dad's house. That doesn't... Yeah, let's get out of here quickly.
You're right. We should go as fast as we can. I don't know how long it will be before my father realizes we're gone.
You're right. We should.
There you are, Shen.
Father!
Mr. Matale.
Rahasia!
Father!
Mr. Sandral!
Nurik!
Alan!
I knew this was all your doing. I knew you had captured my son.
You had taken my Cassus from me long before that. You started it.
I don't want to hear any of your excuses. Now I will get revenge for your transgressions.
Okay. You two just need to calm down, or don't make me intervene in this. Why don't you just shoot each other and get it over with? That seems like the exact opposite of what we want, so everybody, let's just calm down. I don't think I have a force calming power, or I would make you calm down.
Please listen to him, Father.
Why should I listen to the Jedi? All you want is to remain with that Sandral harlot.
My daughter is not a harlot, Matale dog!
Okay. Both of you calm down now. Or you should try to sort this out together. Why don't you try listening to your children? Yeah, they're not listening to reason. They don't want to listen to me as a Jedi, even though the Jedi have a reputation as being mediators and stuff. So might as well tell them, listen to the children.
Our children don't know enough of what's good for them to make a reasonable decision.
It's better to let older, wiser heads like ours make the decisions.
Rahasia and I don't want you to make decisions for us. We want to live alone away from you.
You insolent boy! If you want to live alone, then so be it. I disown you. Never set foot in my house again.
Shen. Or will you go with Shen, Rahasia? I mean, I don't think it seems like it's kind of indicating we're feeling bad about it and don't know what to say or something like that. I think. But honestly, that sounds like about the best outcome Shen could hope for. So, yeah, Rahasia, what's your plan?
Rahasia, you will not leave with this Matale boy!
I am, Father, and you can't stop me. We're leaving for the Enclave.
You foolish girl!
Do not try to force them to return. Or do not be so selfish, Nurik. Or let them go. Yeah, don't be so selfish. It's, you know, there's, so she's not really, it's not like she's running off getting into trouble or anything. You're just trying to stop them from being together because you guys are being irrational. It doesn't seem like there's any real particular reason that they shouldn't be together. It's not like either one of them, as far as we know, is deceiving the other or bad for the other or anything like that. So don't be selfish.
You think to make us stand here, then?
You expect us to just let them leave? Droids, stop them!
You will not turn your droids on my daughter. Droids, don't let them take Rahasia.
We appear to be at an impasse, then. And they got away.
It is your fault, Alan. You were always too violent for your own good.
Me? You were the one who rushed out here with war droids.
Alan, I thought you disowned your son and didn't want him setting foot in your house again. What did you think he was going to do? Just stand here in the wilderness forever? Of course he's going to run off to the Enclave. Let's see. Both of you calm down. Or you don't need to fight anymore. Just shut up. Yeah, I think I'm done with it. Yeah, just both of you shut up. You're just arguing for the sake of arguing now, and I am done with it.
Do not tell me what to do, Jedi. The Council will hear of the trouble you caused here today. Indeed they shall.
I hope so. Both of you, I never felt there was really any danger there, just a lot of irritation. So, okay. Now that that's successfully resolved, can look forward to hearing what the Council's reaction to that's going to be. Okay, yeah, we can give him near perfect physical conditioning for even better saving throws. Alright, good. Man, that was something. Let's go report back to the Council on this. Maybe we'll even run into Shen and Rahasia at the Enclave here. Okay. Despite helping you on Taris, Canderous continues to be something of a mystery to you. Might be a good idea to try and get to know him better. Okay, we'll talk to Canderous at the moment. Maybe seeing these family issues and things happening has caused him to reflect and want to open up on something.
Yeah, what do you want?
Maybe not. Yeah, I was wondering if you had any interesting stories. Or do you know anything about this world? Let's ask about Dantooine first.
From what we saw from space, this world doesn't have a lot of people. I couldn't really have found much work here anyway, so I never had an interest. It looks like a farm world. The Republic has thousands of these places. Ones that get by farming crops and hunting herds of native beasts. But I might have underestimated this place. It seems to be more than I thought. You have anything else you want to ask?
I was wondering if you had any interesting stories.
You want to hear tales of my exploits? Of the wars I've seen and fought, the enemies I've seen die by my hand? Sure, I'll humor you. My name's Canderous, of the Mandalorian clan Ordo. I've been fighting across the galaxy for 40 of your years. For my people, it is the honor and glory of battle that rules us. It's through combat that we prove our worth, gain renown, and make our fortunes.
So, it's interesting that he says 40 of your years. Because of course one of the things that in space, when you have all these different planets, is every system is going to have different years. If we're defining a year as one trip or one orbit the planet makes around its star. But in the Star Wars universe, the Republic has kind of standardized. I believe they have like a galactic standard year, galactic standard day. You have these standard units that everybody can, have the same standards in addition to their local world's time. So normally most characters I would think would just talk about years because they're referring to the Republic years. But Canderous being a Mandalorian, and the Mandalorians kind of being outside the Republic. They were at war with the Republic at one point. It would make sense that that he would not view, that he would refer to our years, that the Mandalorians would not necessarily be using the Galactic Standard years. They probably have their own that comes from either their home world or some prominent world in their territory. So, so yeah, Mandalorians, honor and glory of battle that rules us. It's through combat that we prove our worth, gain renown, and make our fortune. So, is that why you work as a mercenary? Or is that why the Mandalorians attack the Republic? Or the Mandalorians destroy worlds for honor? Maybe another time. I want to ask something else. I heard the Mandalorians destroyed worlds. How's that fit in with the honor or glory?
Win or lose, as long as the fight is worthy, then honor is gained. The glory at having triumphed over impossible odds is what drives us. If there's nothing at stake, your possessions, your life, your world, then the battle's meaningless. We Mandalore take everything we are and throw it into battle. It's the true test of yourself. The battle against death. Against oblivion.
Okay. Is that why you work as a mercenary? You seek death? Doesn't sound like he seeks it. I guess he's seeking it out to fight against it, but he's not seeking it in the way of like a suicidal person, I don't think. So then what are you doing now? Okay, so, is this what led you to work as a mercenary?
Times have changed now. The Mandalore clans have been scattered across the Outer Rim. The Republic is in decline, and the Sith Empire rises to take its place. The clans as they were aren't a threat, but the galaxy still fears us. People think we war out of spite or bloodlust. They don't understand, and fear that. We only wanted the challenge of the battle, and glory from it, win or lose. And we lost. But now I have no real challenges. Crushing Davik's enemies and the pathetic gangs in the lower city of Taris could not be considered the most glorious of tasks. When I think of the battles I've fought, the thousands I've killed, the worlds I've burned, I weep for my past. We will never again speak of this. We've got work to do, so let's get to it.
Okay. Candace has told you a little bit about himself. He told of the great wars and battles his people had fought before, how he had been reduced to serving havoc on a backwater world. He seemed to regret mentioning anything. Perhaps you should speak to him about this again later. It's kind of funny considering he just said we would never speak of it again. But okay, understanding Candace a little bit better. So, the fact that it actually makes me a little more comfortable with having him around. If he's constantly looking for the biggest, baddest threat that he possibly can, or challenge. We're going against a Sith Lord here, ultimately. And what's a bigger challenge than that? That makes me feel a little bit more confident that Candace is gonna stick with us and be in it for the challenge rather than just like heading out as soon as things get tough or anything like that. Okay, yeah, figured out the Matali issue. Who should I talk to?
I have nothing left to teach you, Padawan, though a Jedi is ever learning. Even the Masters know their training is but in its infancy. Now is the time for you to seek wisdom outside the training chambers. The lessons that yet await you are to be found beyond the walls of this academy. You should speak to the Council, Padawan. Now that the first stage of your training is complete, I am certain they would be eager to have you aid us in our struggle against Darth Malak and the Sith.
Okay, Master Varuk.
For good or ill, you are now a true Padawan. The time has come for you and Bastilla to investigate the dream you shared, The secrets to stopping Malak may lie hidden within the ancient Dantooine ruins you both saw in your visions.
You sound tired, Master Vrook. Are you getting enough sleep?
Greetings, young Padawan. Have you come seek as chronicler?
Sorry, I was not meaning to speak to you, and you're just saying the same stuff. So
may the Force be with you.
Okay, I want to talk to Master Vandar.
Your training is now complete, Padawan. And perhaps now it is time we dealt with the matter of the dream you and Bastila shared. When we heard of the ruins in your dreams, Master Dorak recognized it as one of a series of... We sent a jet... This
is just the same stuff. I think I'll be
the
going
way
now.
ahead will be difficult for young Bastila.
Okay. Jedi Council does not care that we handled the Shen Vitali incident. Made a big deal about how, oh, this is the kind of thing, like, we can't just ignore this, even though there's big, massive dark Jedi threats out there. It's still something that we need to take care of. And then we deal with it, and they're like, yeah, who cares? There's big, dark Jedi threats out there. I'm pretty sure we'd end up running into Shen and Rahasia somewhere. Just a bunch of settlers. Okay, maybe we'll run into them later, like before we leave the planet or something. Because I'm pretty sure we just have these ruins, and then there'll probably be a little bit left with the council, and then we'll be ready to leave. But I don't know how long these ruins take. Is it going to be a 5-minute cutscene, or is it going to be like a full hour-long little dungeon or something? We can. Ruins are all the way over here. These odd pillars. I still can't tell if they taper in a little bit at the top and bottom or not. Kind of look like they do, but it's tough for me to tell when they're at just those very slight angles. All right. Okay, we have an interesting layout here. I wonder what all this space is. Like, we can see it, but we can't access it. Actually, what this really kind of reminds me of, completely unrelated, but when we were playing Portal 2, and we came up from the underground portions, or the deepest portions of Aperture Science, into the modern facility, there was that time where we briefly got between the ground and the floor of the new facility, and it kind of looked a little like this. I don't think that means we're getting a portal gun or anything, but okay, the droid is speaking a language we don't recognize. What language is that? What are you trying to say? I don't understand you. Now, this is somewhat more significant than it might seem, because recall that our character knows, like we were told at the very beginning, that he knows a number of alien languages. That's why even when aliens have been speaking to us in Huttese or Wookiee language or whatever, we've still been seeing the subtitles because we understand them. So the fact that we don't recognize this language probably means that it's a very, very uncommon language indeed. So, okay. So what language is that? What are you trying to say? Okay, so that sounds like a different language. Okay, I still don't understand you. Or Basila, do you have any idea what this droid is saying? The droid must be broken. This is pointless. Let's go. Well, it sounded like that was a different language. So that's something. The droid might have multiple languages, and it detected or figured out that we couldn't understand the first language, so it's trying another language. Sorry. Let's ask if Basila recognizes any of this.
I think the droid is trying to communicate with us by cycling through a variety of languages. Each time it spoke, it was using a very different alien dialect. The droid can probably understand us. The only problem is it may not have been programmed with the phonemes of a language we can understand.
I can reproduce any of the languages spoken by the slaves of the builders. Okay. Hey, I understood that. Or I recognize this language. Yeah, I understood that.
I recognize this language as well. It's an archaic variant of the Selkath dialect spoken on Manaan. But why would a droid on Dantooine be programmed to speak ancient Selkath?
Communication was vital to ensure that the slaves constructed this temple according to the wishes of the builders. But you are not of the slave species, neither are you of the builders. You are like the one who came before.
It must be referring to Revan. The Dark Lord and Malak likely encountered this droid when they explored these ruins.
I mean, I saw in some of the cutscenes there also seems to be a dead Jedi behind us, so hopefully he's not referring to that as what we remind him of. So what are you? Why are you here? Are you some type of guardian? Yeah, why are you here? I am the Overseer. The builders programmed me to enforce discipline among the slaves, while this monument to the power of the Star Forge was constructed. At project completion, all slaves were executed. I was reprogrammed to serve should a builder return in search of knowledge of the Star Forge. Okay, so this building was a temple to the power of the Star Forge, I think they said. And after building it, all the slaves were killed. And then this droid is now just the local tour guide. So how long have you been here? Who are these builders you keep talking about? What is the Star Forge? Those are all good questions. Let's start with what is the Star Forge? The Star Forge is the glory of the builders, the apex of their infinite empire. It is a machine of invincible might, a tool of unstoppable conquest. Okay, but what is it? What does it do? Could you be a little more specific? You don't really know what it is, do you? Let's see, could you be a little bit more specific? The Star Forge is the glory of the builders, the apex of the infinite empire. It is a machine of invincible might, a tool of unstoppable conquest. Same answer.
The droid is obviously not programmed with the knowledge we seek. The Star Forge sounds like some type of weapon, perhaps. Though in fact, it could be anything.
Could it have been a factory or a weapons plant? Or maybe it has nothing to do with the Sith. The name Forge would bring to mind creating something, so yeah, could it have been a factory or weapons plant?
Maybe. That might explain how the Sith were able to amass a fleet so quickly. But I suspect the Star Forge is more powerful than a mere factory. Maybe the droid has more information we can use. It seems to respond to you. Perhaps you should ask it something else.
Okay, who are these builders you keep talking about? That'd be kind of fun to know. Builders are the great masters of the galaxy, the conquerors of all worlds, rulers of the infinite empire, and the creators of the Star Forge.
These builders must have been an extinct people. Though it is strange, there's no record of their existence. Even the archives of the Jedi Academy make no mention of them. In the years before the Republic, the Hutts were a dominant force in the galaxy, but they never constructed an empire. In fact, I know of no species that would fit with this information.
Wait a second. Bastila, how do you know that the Academy archives make no mention of this? As far as I'm aware, we are just hearing about the builders right now and are trying to figure out who they are. Have you memorized the entire Jedi archives that you know for a fact that there's no information about them anywhere in there? Okay, let's... I don't think we're going to get an answer to that, so... the droid speaks Selkath. Maybe they were the builders. Something must have happened to wipe the builders out. Maybe the builders refers to the Sith. Well, the droid speaks Selkath, but it also says it's programmed with all the slave languages, and this Selkath was like the third language it tried, not the first. So I'm gonna guess that the Selkath were slaves of the builders, not the builders themselves. Something must have happened to wipe the builders out. Or maybe the builders refers to the Sith. That's a little more plausible. Let's see what Bastila thinks about that. I know nothing of these Sith, but they are not the builders. The builders are the builders. The empire of the builders is infinite and everlasting. None can stand against their might and the power of the Star Forge. Okay. Have you seen a builder recently? Or how long have you been here? Let's ask if any builders have been here recently. That might help. I've been here ever since the completion of this monument. In all this time, no builder has returned to seek information on the Star Forge. And how long has that been? My chronological circuits have marked over 10 full revolutions of this system's outermost planet around the sun.
10 revolutions would take more than 20,000 years. If this is true, then this droid is nearly 5,000 years older than the Republic itself. There must be some mistake.
There is no mistake. The builders constructed my chronological circuitry using the technology of the Star Forge itself. My calculations are infallible. Well, Bastila, we know that the Republic has no records of these builders because you've memorized the archives. Why are we surprised that they would be older than the Republic itself, and that therefore this droid would have survived that long? Okay, what is your purpose here again? Where can we find the Star Forge? Tell me about Revan and Malak, the ones who came before us. Seems pertinent. The ones who came before you, the ones like you, not builders but not slaves, sought knowledge of the Star Forge and its origins. They proved themselves worthy. They discovered the secrets of the Star Forge locked beyond the sealed door behind me. There was another who failed to unlock the secrets and paid the ultimate price.
The droid must be talking about poor Nemo. The Council sent him here to investigate, and it cost him his life.
Oh, I think Nemo was one of the Jedi we talked to just outside the Enclave. I think we actually met him. Oh, that's too bad. Did you kill that Jedi over there? Or how can I prove myself worthy? How can I open the sealed doors behind you? Okay, yeah, did you kill the Jedi? I am not programmed for combat. I did not harm the one who failed. The Temple's own protections will destroy those who seek knowledge of the Star Forge if they are deemed unworthy. Okay, how can I prove myself worthy? Enter the proving grounds to the east and west. Within them, those who understand the will of the builders can unlock their secrets and open the doors. But those who fail will be destroyed by the power of the temple itself. More than this, I am not programmed to say.
Revan and Malak unlocked the sealed door and uncovered the secrets of the Starforge. Now Malak is using the Starforge to fuel his conquest of the Republic. We have to find out what they uncovered. We have to find a way to unseal these doors to learn more about the Starforge. The Republic is depending on us.
Okay. Yep, sorry, Nemo. You have a Jedi Knight robe and a sigil crystal. We will use them well. So a sigil crystal, mined in the sigil system, this crystal is a costly but valued addition to a lightsaber. It produces a fiercely bright beam that sears on contact, inflicting great damage. Ooh, that might be useful. That might be better than the stun one, to be honest. And then, let's see. Oh, we got a Jedi robe. Okay, they don't offer much defense bonus, but they have a very high dexterity bonus. Okay, members of the Jedi Order typically wear plain or unassuming garments. But this variant offers the additional protection needed by Jedi influencing important events. Okay. Let's... Bastila can wear Jedi robes. That'll be better than just the clothing that offers no additional protection. Alright. Let's save. Okay. Those were not the robes that Nemo was wearing. I mean, I'm glad that we didn't have to strip the robes off of a dead body, but it kind of raises the question, why was he just carrying around these robes? Okay, wow, that does not do much damage. Is there some trick that we're supposed to... Those are not things we can read. Okay, Basil, let's again use Force Cure. Stun the droid, that'll be helpful. I can't help but think something doing something wrong with this fight. So on the one hand, this is supposed to be a trial proving ourselves, so it makes sense for it to be somewhat tough. But on the other hand, this we're getting a lot of attacks on, and not even, it looks like we're maybe a quarter of the way done with the droid. I have Bastila run on and see if Issue of like we're supposed to try to sneak past or something. There we go. Oh, here we go. Alright, the ancient computer hums and throbs as you approach it. Its screen flickers to life and a stream of incomprehensible characters scroll across it. Press a button, press many buttons at random, talk to the computer, kick the computer, or attempt to slice the ancient system. Let's see if we can slice it. Given no knowledge of the ancient system and a patent inability to read its output, your attempt is doomed. Let's talk to the computer. The computer goes silent, its screen blank. A few extremely unusual characters then appear on the screen. The computer emits a rapid sequence of tones. You hear one of those tones softly echoed by your datapad. A small data receptacle opens in the front of the ancient machine. Okay, let's insert our datapad. See if it'll download something to us. The computer seems to be interfacing with your datapad. The screen goes blank again, and then more familiar characters begin to appear on the screen. Rusiket, Jus, or in server Discord. Let's talk to the computer. The computer goes silent again, humming softly. It seems to be processing data from your datapad. Your datapad is released from the receptacle. The machine goes silent for a moment before flickering to life again. Hey, good job, Canderous. You got this. Data interpretation complete. Language analysis complete. Interrogative. Identify the 3 primary life-giving seed world types. Oceanic, grassland, desert, volcanic, arboreal, or barren. Well, life-giving, I'm going to say, is oceanic. Grassland. Planetary type conducive to life. Additional seed world types. Grassland. And additional arboreal. Planetary type conducive to life. Breaking life seal. Okay. Okay, that doesn't actually make this droid easier to fight. I guess it's a broken seal. Okay, yeah, so let's... No, wreckage, environmental shield, droid line. I wanna... Is there a way that we can get out of here without having to fight this droid? Should I just leave? Will it stay in the room, maybe? No, stay out of...
Sure.
Stay out of here. Just, wait here and see if, Basila joins us on her own. Okay, stealth thing, I don't think so. Let's try this door. No, use that. Okay, we'll try the same thing with this terminal. Excuse me. Okay, didn't... Okay, so same thing, it's flick white, comprehensive characters scroll across it. So we'll insert that. Lock the computer. Interrogative. Identify the 3 primary death-giving world types. Looks like it's the same world options, so I'm guessing it's desert, volcanic, barren. Okay. Excuse me.
That'll show you.
Bastila, you made it out. Good. I knew if we just left you alone, you'd be able to sleep it off or whatever. Okay, those pillars have notches in them like the pillars outside. It looks like something's fallen in around here, but fortunately this chamber's not affected.
This must be what Revan and Malak found when they entered this temple. This must be where their journey down the dark side began.
Don't worry about it. We learned all about this from Juhani. Going down the path to the dark side is just part of your training. Let's see, what is it? What are you talking about? I don't get it. Is this the Star Forge? I don't think this is the Star Forge. But what is it?
This is a map, some sort of intergalactic navigational chart. Revan and Malak must have used this to lead them to the Star Forge. We could use this map to follow their path and find the Star Forge ourselves, but we must be wary. They may have laid traps or concealed what they found.
Okay, so what is the Star Forge exactly? I still don't understand about the Star Forge. What does it do? I'm not sure that Bastila knows any more than we do, but let's ask if she has any insight.
I don't know, but Revan and Malak were very interested in finding it. It must be a tool of some type, or maybe a weapon. Perhaps the Council can tell us more. But I think this map might be the key to finding the Star Forge, whatever it is. See this world here? This looks like Korriban, a Sith world. And if that's Korriban, then this is Kashyyyk, and Tatooine, and here's Manan. But there are pieces missing. Incomplete hyperspace coordinates, corrupted data, and there doesn't seem to be anything indicating where the Star Forge itself might be.
Okay, perhaps those worlds have more clues. What good is an incomplete map? If there's recognizable worlds on there, that might be a good place to check. I mean, how hard can searching a planet be?
I was thinking that too. This map can't take us to the Star Forge, but I know that Revan and Malak visited Korriban at least once. Perhaps they discovered something more there. They may have found something on each of the other worlds that completed this map. Maybe if we find all the pieces, they'll lead us to the Star Forge, and some way to destroy it. We must inform the Council of what we've discovered. They must decide our next course of action, though I suspect our task has only just begun.
Okay. Yeah, wow, if this is just showing the entire galaxy, I'm honestly surprised you can pick out specific worlds, Bastila. That is genuinely rather impressive. Let's see what's on these banners. I'm not really sure what to make of that. Almost looks like beetle-ish or something, like if the part in the middle is a carapace and then there's a bunch of legs or pincers around it. Or is it something like a helmeted face and like those, maybe an oval-shaped head and two eyes sticking out to the side or something? I'm not sure what the crest all around it would be. Okay, we'll have to try to keep that in mind. Maybe we'll find something later that'll help us understand that. Millennia ago, a rift in the Jedi Order saw followers of the dark side expelled from Republic space. Okay, so I'm guessing that's the origins of the Sith. Or that, like, millennia ago they were fallen Jedi who were kicked out of the Republic. Okay, now Bastila wants to speak. Okay. What is it, Bastila?
How can I help?
I want to talk about that dream, where you look like something's bothering you. Do you know anything about this place? Let's ask her about Dantooine.
Dantooine is a peaceful and pastoral planet. There are a few large communities. Mostly what you will find here are ranchers and farmers. I find it a tranquil place like few in the galaxy. The perfect site for the Jedi Enclave. You will like it here.
Okay. Alright, now you look like something's bothering you.
No, not bothering me. Not exactly. I've been thinking about what the Jedi Council said about the two of us. There is a bond between us. I do not dispute that. I can feel it, as I'm sure you can. The nature of that bond and its effect on our mission remain in question.
I think you're interested in more than just the bond between us. Or doesn't this bond mean my presence is necessary? I don't believe in this bond, regardless of what the Jedi Council said. I still don't understand this bond of ours. Yeah, honestly, I don't really understand this bond other than, like, we seem to be sharing dreams.
Our fates are strongly connected. So connected that a literal bond has been forged between us. I saw your service records when you were transferred aboard the Ender Spire, but nothing beyond that. I know very little about you. I'd like to ask you some questions, given our relationship.
Our relationship? Is this some kind of clumsy come-on? Or, okay, I'll answer a few questions. Or forget it, I'm not interested. I can answer some questions.
Don't worry, these are simple questions. Nothing too intrusive. First, what kind of background do you have?
I was a smuggler before I joined the fleet. I'm a Hutt in human form, plotting to overthrow the Republic. I'm sick of answering questions. I actually am a Hutt in human form, plotting to overthrow the Republic, so we'll be honest here.
I see you intend to be childish about this. I guess I won't get anywhere continuing our discussion right now, will I? I suppose I'll just have to speak to you again later. Hopefully you'll behave a little less like a little boy, and a little more like a man.
Don't get so snippy with me. You're the one who goes flying off the handle at the slightest insult, so let's try this again.
It was less of a...
Okay, this was about the dream. It was less of a dream and more of a vision the two of us shared. But I am certainly willing to answer any questions the Jedi Council did not. Okay, now
As you wish. You really should. How can I help?
You have something you want to ask? There, that's the one.
I do. How did you know?
Oh. Well, your face is all scrunched up like a Kinrath pup. Well, you keep staring at me. See something you like? Educated guess from the way you keep staring. I guess we moved on from the previous conversation. So, educated guess.
I'm a Jedi. I am far too disciplined to betray my emotions with outward physical displays. We both know the real reason you have some idea of what I'm thinking, the bond we share.
Okay, what do you mean? Maybe. No, I doubt it. Maybe.
Our connection allows us glimpses into each other's mind. We can feel some of what the other feels, and what I feel within you troubles me. A Padawan must receive considerable training. They must learn to control their emotions and darker impulses. Often it takes years before using the Force can be considered safe. The fact that you are so strong in the Force and have had such relatively little training could have terrible consequences. For you, and for everyone around you.
What do you think I should do? I don't think mastering my emotions is necessary. You could warn me when I do something bad. Blink once for dark side, twice for light. I don't know. That system sounds like it's very prone to failure. On the other hand, it is kind of fun seeing Bastila get worked up, and I don't think she's going to like this idea very much. So I'm wondering if intentionally pestering Jedi is a dark side trait. We'll see if she blinks after we suggest it.
This is not a joke. The choices you make could affect both our destinies, not to mention the fate of the Republic and the entire galaxy. There is much at stake. Thankfully, you've exhibited a degree of compassion and self-control up to this point. I sincerely hope you can maintain these traits in the future. We must all resist the influence of the dark side. It's everything we are fighting against. This is doubly important for you, with your natural affinity for the Force.
I don't know. I have it on good authority that the best training is to get thrown to the dark side for a while and then just come back and everything's fine. So, also, you're right that this is serious, but that's exactly my view, is that it is far too serious to remain solemn about it. So, yeah, I'll try. Or why are you getting so upset? I don't need you harassing me, thanks. Yeah, I'll try. I know Jedi are all about trying, not doing, so...
That's good to hear. Without the proper training, however, I'm afraid you will find the path difficult even with the best of intentions. There is great danger ahead for both of us. Our destinies are intertwined. Everything one of us does will have consequences for the other. Any reckless behavior on your part is likely to affect me as well.
Okay, I won't do anything to hurt you. Or it works both ways, doesn't it? You could help me stay strong. Or so you're just worried about yourself, then. That's not an invalid point. But yeah, if it works both ways, maybe we can, like, use it to help each other or something.
Yes, that is true. I will do my best to guide you, but I am no master. Not yet. And there are times when I find the sheer strength of your power almost overwhelming. Your power could be a gift or a curse. When you need guidance or advice or support, I will do my best to help you stay on the path of the light.
Okay. I would appreciate any help you could offer. I doubt I'll be a risk to the mission. I don't need your help. Any help you offer, you can offer that would be appreciated.
I only hope I have the wisdom to help you through the dark times. But for now, we should return to our mission.
Okay. So, okay, didn't get the previous conversation. Maybe it'll pop up again sometime. But getting Bastila worked up, that was kind of worth it, so not regretting it too much.
Ah, you have returned, young Padawan. Have you discovered what it was that Revan and Malak sought in those ruins?
We found an incomplete star map and mention of something called the Star Forge. Where we could lie, and no, didn't find anything. Yeah, we found an incomplete star map.
We should consult the Jedi archives to see if there's any mention of the Star Forge and what it might do. We must learn why Revan and Malak sought it out.
Return to your ship with Bastila, and we will summon you when we are
Bastila
done.
has the whole archives memorized. You could just ask her.
Padawan, you have done well in discovering the star map hidden within the ancient ruins. But there is more you must do in the battle against Malak and the Sith. We Jedi know victory over the Sith will not come through martial might. The Council has a mission for you, Padawan.
I've consulted our vast archives in an effort to discover the nature of this Star Forge, but all my efforts have been in vain.
Still, the Council are in agreement. The Star Forge must be found. Revan and Malak sought it out when they began their tragic fall. The Star Forge is surely a powerful tool of the dark side.
The star map in the ruins showed you 4 planets, but it was incomplete. It did not show the location of the Star Forge itself. We believe there may be similar star maps on other planets. Each star map is likely a small piece of a larger puzzle. Find the star maps on Kashyyyk, Tatooine, Manaan, and Korriban, and we believe they will lead you to the Star Forge.
I am ready to do the Council's will. Sounds like a suicide mission to me. Let's do the Council's will. We are here to serve, after all.
The Jedi numbers have been ravaged by this war, by defections to Malak's cause, and by Sith assassins. But we realize the importance of this mission. Yet if we send a company of Jedi Knights with you, we would surely draw the full attention of Malak and the Sith, dooming your efforts to failure.
Am I to undertake this task alone? Or good, others will only slow me down. Yeah, are you saying I can't take my current companions, or what?
Secrecy is our best defense against the Sith. But it would be foolish to send you on this quest without someone to aid you, young Padawan. Bastila will accompany you, for there is a powerful connection between you two. A connection that might be the key to unraveling the mysteries uncovered by Revan. And Juhani has also asked to accompany you. After long deliberation, we have granted her request.
Juhani nearly fell to the dark side. Perhaps her presence will serve as a reminder to you of the dangers of that path.
If anything, I think it just serves as a reminder of how easy it is to come back. But there are others I want to join me. Great, Bastila and the Catwoman. Anyone else you want to stick me with? Yeah, I want others as well.
Of course, those who aided you on Taris will also come. They possess skills you may find useful in your quest. Remember that secrecy and discretion are paramount to your success. You will not be able to hide the fact that you are a Jedi, nor should you. But the true nature of your mission must not reach Malak's ears. You may return here at any time. Dantooine will be a sanctuary for you, a safe haven. Here you can find supplies and whatever advice or other aid we may give you.
Okay, you can count on me. I will not fail. When do I leave? Why should I risk my life to stop Malak? Yeah, when do I leave?
You can leave whenever you wish. The sooner the better. The longer you wait, the stronger Malak becomes. But first, a warning, young Padawan. The lure of the dark side is difficult to resist. I fear this quest to find the Star Forge could lead you down an all too familiar path.
The fate of the galaxy is in your hands, young Padawan. We pray you are up to the challenge. May the Force be with you.
Yeah, just because it led Malak and Revan to the dark side doesn't mean it's going to affect me. So. Okay. We are ready to leave Dantooine, I believe. Let me see if there's any quests. Okay. So we've been told to seek out the Ancient Star maps. Okay. Juhani will join us. She seems to be still troubled by her emotions. Perhaps in time you can help her. Bastila has taken the role of teacher upon herself, choosing to lecture you about the evils of the dark side. Understandable, considering the bond you share. Okay. There's no... Okay, no more quests or anything, I guess we've finished all the quests here. But... when we were talking with Mission about her brother, we ran into Lena earlier. She mentioned that Griff was on Tatooine. So, I guess we'll see if the game gives us a choice, but if we have a choice of where to go, we'll probably check out Tatooine. So we can see if we can find out more about Mission's brother as well. Padawan, a word if I may. There are many rumors about your most recent meeting with the Jedi Council. There's talk that they're sending you on a mission to help us against Malak and the Sith. How do you know the Council gave me a mission? I don't think the Council would want me to speak openly of this mission. My discussions with the Council are none of your business. Yeah, I don't think the Council would want me to speak openly of this. Please understand that I am not asking you to reveal anything that could endanger the order of the Republic. Whatever task the Council has given you is for your ears, not mine.
Jumalita kutotun. Chilamulane nindubobo. Wonga kumbisjang ba mulira.
I only wanted to wish you well and to warn you to be careful. There are many evils out there, many dangers. The Sith are not the only minions of the dark side. What could be more dangerous than the Sith? What are you talking about? I can look after myself. And what could be more dangerous than the Sith? Master Doric has been training me to succeed him as chronicler here in the Academy. In my studies, I have come across tales of creatures that are born of the dark side, monsters of pure evil. The worst of these abominations is the Terentatek, a beast that feeds on the blood of those who are strong in the Force. Over the centuries, many Jedi have fallen to their ravenous hunger. What makes the creature so dangerous? It's hard to believe an animal could pose a threat to a Jedi. I could say, having fallen to Kath Hounds several times in the past couple streams. Why are you telling me this? Do you want to know what makes the creature so dangerous? The Terentatek is a predator, and we Jedi are its prey. They're incredibly strong, with a primal cunning, and they have an inborn resistance to the Force. There are some who believe the Terentatek is a monster bred by the ancient Sith, and spread throughout the galaxy to hunt the Jedi. Fortunately, the Terentatek is quite rare. They only dwell in the most dangerous and darkest of places. In fact, one has not been seen in nearly 40 years. Okay. Sounds like they're extinct. Or then why are you worried about them now? Why are you worried? This is not the first time the Terentatek have vanished for long periods of time. Many believe they can lay dormant for years, only to rise and hunt when the power of the dark side waxes full. I fear Malak's rise may have woken these creatures from their dormant state. Once the Sith are beaten, I would not be surprised if the Council organized another great hunt to try and exterminate them. Great hunt? What's that? Thanks for the warning, I'll be careful. I can't waste time listening to your fables. Yeah, I want to hear about this great hunt. The Great Hunt was organized by the Jedi Council shortly after the war against Exar Kun. Jedi were scattered throughout the galaxy, helping to rebuild from the devastation. Many Jedi vanished during this period, disappearing from a variety of worlds without warning. We did not know they had been slain until their mutilated bodies began to be discovered. The Council investigated and discovered the Terentatek were behind the killings. It was decided the galaxy had to be purged of these insatiable monsters, though the cost proved high. So the Jedi killed these creatures? What cost? If the Jedi set out to purge them, what happened? The Terentatek are an abomination. They are ruthless engines of death and destruction. The Council had no choice but to destroy them for the greater good of the galaxy. Many Jedi banded together and journeyed to the planets that were suspected of harboring the Terentatek. The Great Hunt did not rest until all the creatures had been slain. Or almost all. There were still rumors of Terentatek on the planet of Korriban, a dark world some believed to be the birthplace of the Sith. That is where Exar Kun first corrupted during the First Sith War. They never went to Korriban. The Council, fearing more Jedi might fall to the dark side, declared the Great Hunt was officially over. The 3 Jedi were appointed to continue the work. The Council, fearing the Jedi might fall to the dark side, declared the Great Hunt over. Okay. The work of killing the Terentatek, you mean? Or why? What's so special about these 3? Yeah, what? Who are these 3, and what's so special about them? The Jedi chosen to continue the hunt on their own were Duran Keldroma, Gun Hansarish, and Shayla Nur. These 3 shared a powerful bond. The Council felt that together they would be able to defeat any Terentatek they found, and by supporting each other they could resist the temptations of Korriban and the lure of the dark side. But none of the three survived. Their master felt them become one with the Force when they left this world. He believed they were slain by one of the monsters they sought. The Council felt it was too dangerous to send anyone else in search for their remains, so their exact fate is not known. But let their deaths serve as a warning to you, Padawan. Okay, thanks for the warning. I will be careful. A final warning as you go, Padawan. Do not underestimate the Tarantatic. If you do, you may suffer the same fate as those who disappeared after the Great Hunt. Okay. Sounds reasonable. Alright. This actually seems like a pretty good place to stop, because I don't know when we get to the next planet how much like cutscene or anything there's going to be. So I think what we'll do is we'll stop here, and we'll continue next time, heading probably to Tatooine. I think it gives us a choice at this point. So it should be here. It should be on next week, so normal time. So with that, thank you for joining me, and have a good week. See you next time.